This is the moment where everything is on the line. Years of research, thousands of experiments, millions, sometimes billions of dollars. All of it comes down to one final question. Is this drug truly safe and effective for the real world? This is phase 3 clinical trials, the final test before drug approval. By the time a drug reaches phase 3, it has already survived a long and brutal journey. It passed laboratory testing, it cleared animal studies, it moved through phase 1 safety trials, it showed promise in phase 2 efficacy trials. But phase 3 is different. Phase 3 is not about early hope, it is about proof under pressure. Digital talk. Phase 3 trials involve large populations, often thousands of patients across multiple countries. These are no longer small, controlled studies. This is medicine tested in real hospitals with real doctors and real patients who are already sick. The goal is clear and uncompromising to prove that the drug works better than a placebo or existing treatment, has side effects that are acceptable and manageable, is safe across different age groups and populations, and delivers consistent results, not just once, but repeatedly. If a drug fails phase 3, development usually stops here. Unlike earlier phases, phase 3 trials are designed to mimic real world use, different ages, different genders, different genetic backgrounds, different medical histories, because once a drug is approved, it won't be used in perfect conditions. It will be used in the real world, and regulators demand evidence that it works there. Phase 3 trials are typically randomized and controlled. Some patients receive the new drug, others receive a placebo or the current standard treatment. Neither the patient nor the doctor knows who receives what. This removes bias. Because in phase 3, even a small bias can change the fate of a drug. This phase is also where rare and serious side effects begin to appear. In earlier trials, a side effect affecting 1 in 1,000 patients might go unnoticed. But in phase 3, when thousands are treated, patterns emerge. And when they do, everything is re-evaluated. A single unexpected safety signal can trigger additional monitoring, protocol changes, or even immediate trial suspension. Phase 3 trials are watched closely by regulatory authorities. Agencies like the FDA, EMA, and CDSCO review every detail, every serious adverse event, every protocol deviation, every inconsistency in the data. Nothing is ignored, because this data will later decide whether the drug is approved, what warnings appear on the label, who can use it, and who should not. Phase 3 is also the most expensive phase of drug development. Global trial sites, long timelines, complex logistics, strict monitoring. These trials can cost hundreds of millions of dollars. That's why companies don't enter phase 3 lightly. Belief is not enough here. Only evidence matters. At the end of phase 3, all data is compiled into massive clinical study reports. These documents form the backbone of the drug approval application. Regulators ask hard questions. Did the drug deliver meaningful benefit? Was the improvement clinically relevant? Do the benefits outweigh the risks? Are the results consistent across populations? There are no second chances. Many people assume that reaching phase 3 guarantees approval. That is not true. Some drugs fail because they are no better than existing treatments. Some fail because side effects outweigh benefits. Others fail because results are inconsistent or unclear. Phase 3 is unforgiving. But when a drug passes phase 3, it becomes something rare. It becomes a medicine backed by evidence, by data, by regulatory confidence. It earns the right to be reviewed for approval. Phase 3 trials are the line between hope and reality, between a scientific idea and a real medicine, between research and responsibility. This is the final test. Because once a drug leaves phase 3, it doesn't just enter the market, it enters people's lives.